dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, episode 87, our first podcast in person for the new year with my co-host, Chris, sitting at the opposite end of the table here. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing great.
Welcome to 2021. Congratulations, you made it through 2020.
I made a win. Do we get a prize?
Yeah, you get a participation trophy.
Oh shit. Well, Kevin Jones is.
You know what your participation trophy is? A roll of toilet paper. That's what you get.
Are there any to be had?
There's still, it's still available out there, and unfortunately, it's the extra rough series.
Oh God.
Sandpaper
series.
No Charmin left.
Mr. Whipple.
Mr. Whip. Oh shit, you are dating yourself there. Half our listeners are going, who the fuck's Mr. Whipple?
Oh, F-bomb, Mr. Whipple. Come on, it's Charmin, man. That's going back in the day.
So have you seen the meme of 2020? So it's got a 2 with a roll of toilet paper and a 2 and a roll of toilet paper.
I have not.
And then 2021 is 20. So 2 with a roll of toilet paper and 2 and with an empty roll of toilet paper as the 1.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what we got to look forward to, kids.
Well,
here we go.
There's some truth to that. I mean, whoops.
Oh my God, you started out last year like this, just banging into shit.
Well, we got... So, yeah.
Chris had too much to drink tonight. I'm going to warn you right now. It's going to be one of those classic Wheeling Wine and Whiskey episodes.
It's a drinking show. It's always been a drinking show. It'll continue to be a drinking show for as long
Don't drink and podcast.
Oh, fuck that.
Here we go.
We will drink and podcast, and we'll like it. So.
It's off the rails, and we were only a minute in.
2 minutes.
Oh, okay. It's a new record.
It's a new record. So anyway, yeah, we're 2021. Did 2020 win?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, because we're still here.
We're still here.
Still here. Still fighting. Making it happen.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get in, because I know we pre-recorded. We did a marathon of interviews.
Oh yeah,
and it was great, and we got a lot of great feedback from our loyal listeners and fans out there. Thank you very much. But we really did. We put on our Wheeling Wine and Whiskey hats and hit the ground running. And
drove all over the place.
We did, and got some great interviews. So we started off with Kevin Jones.
Yep.
And drove down south to his humble abode.
Yep.
And some of us worked on his car. You helped out a little bit.
I picked up a shock.
Yeah, that was good. And
of course, now watching his Instagram, he's got that car pretty much disassembled.
Well, it is, and it's KOH prep. I don't care what he calls it. It's KOH prep. And
yeah, that's right.
I have a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to start tagging him in and just go KOH prep hashtag Kevin Jones, because he doesn't like calling it prep.
Get him all fired up. He won't invite us to his camp. Just saying.
Oh no, we love him. He loves us. Well, I think he loves us. Maybe he likes Lorenzo more. I'm not sure.
Who knows?
But then we headed on over to Amber Turner's.
That's right.
Parents' house, and recorded with her.
Yep.
And her family, and that was awesome. Just such a great group of people there, and hung out with them at Trail Hero, and looking forward to KOH coming up with them.
Yeah, and 3 weeks away.
Yeah, seeing what she's going to do. And then, of course, we caught up with the Will Spec Garage.
Oosh.
Right? And
that
the EVE, Electric Vehicle Experiment.
And that thing apparently at this point is moving.
Well, yeah. So they sent out a IG post the other day that showed it, the rear axle turning with an electric motor from a Nissan Leaf.
Did they have it in D, or did they have it in...
I don't know. I think it was an R for race.
It might have been an R. Yeah.
You got to have it in R for race, which is so cool. So, yeah. And then we continued the marathon with Justin Hall.
Right.
Local to us, right here, just outside of San Jose. And it was great to visit with Justin in what he formerly or affectionately calls his shack. of a garage. But I'll tell you, if you are going to KOH, find his car, number 13.
That's right. Lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13. 13 Fab is his company there. Rock Hard Racing on Instagram.
Right.
And, he has some really, really cool ingenuity in that car. And, you walk by these cars and, a lot of people are into the sport or whatever, and that's great. And you see the car going around the track. Okay, cool. But when you walk through the pits and you start looking at all the, intricacies and stuff of these cars, and if you are a fabricator, builder, whatever, you're into this shit.
Right.
And you start looking at his craftsmanship and his fabrication skills, and it's pretty fucking cool. And all these guys, I mean, you got Kevin Jones coming up with some really cool, innovative shit. He just made that tire.
The bead breaker.
Yeah, the bead breaker. And I mean, he just took some metal and bent it up and fucking cut some shit out and welded it up, and now he's got this bead breaker. I mean, that's what I really love about this.
Oh,
this
make it happen.
Sport, I call it a sport, whatever.
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby sport. It's crazy, but you just watch, these people that are into it and building shit, and they're solving problems by making. They're like, well, I can't go out and buy this, so I'm going to build something.
Oh, they're the ones that are in
Amber. I mean, you look at Amber that's welding this shit up every night too, and
she posted up she was welding the frame around her rear winch.
Yeah.
And, like you said, she's
a professional welder. She does that every day.
Yeah.
So it's like Busman's Holiday when she comes home and starts gluing metal together.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then the Will Spec guys are totally fucking, there's no shop manual to turn a fucking 4Runner into an electric vehicle.
Everything's new for those guys.
They're inventing that. It's just everybody that we've been following's got their own aspect.
Sure.
And it's a lot of fun to follow that, and it's been fun to bring it to our listeners, and I've gotten great feedback, so I guess everybody's enjoying it as much as we are, and can't wait to see what those teams in particular are going to do on the lake bed. Really looking forward to that.
The race to the race.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a hell of a holiday season here, getting that prepped. So here we are, and new for 2021. So we bought this expensive fucking Christmas tree board.
Yeah, the Rodecaster Pro.
Yeah, so this was Chris's wet dream, and he goes, we gotta have this thing, and I go, okay, whatever,
make it happen.
You do the audio shit, you make all that magic happen. I just talk into a microphone.
He's just the talent is at the other end of the table.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, great, just run with it. And then we had this shitty feedback that it was driving me absolutely batty. People have heard it on the podcast,
and I couldn't hear it,
and you couldn't hear it
because apparently I'm deaf.
You deaf?
I'm deaf. So
what'd you say?
Deaf?
What'd you say?
Huh?
What? Say what one more time, motherfucker.
So that's a good burger.
Is that a Kahuna burger? All right, Pulp Fiction reference there. For
right on. Great, one of the best movies ever made.
It really is one of the top movies.
Period.
We should play that down at KOH. That'd be fun,
right?
Oh, totally got to do that. I'm going to write that down right now. Pulp Fiction, KOH. I'm writing it down.
You can still write?
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, we bought a Rodecaster Pro, and Jason was complaining about the audio, and we had to figure it out. We finally had to bring in some experts.
We did. It was a very expensive, the audio engineers that we had to hire. Lorenzo was absolutely useless. Well, Once again, over the holidays.
He was falling over drunk most of the time.
This is actually the first day I have seen him in weeks.
This is literally the first time I've seen him in close to a month.
Yeah, and his what do you call that? The mane on the back of the neck there is a little frayed. He's it
looks like he's looking for dreadlocks or some shit.
Yeah, what happened over the holidays, Lorenzo? You're still wearing the Santa hat. You just can't let go of the holidays.
He's living in denial.
Yeah,
and it's not a river in Egypt.
No. No. Anyways, so that's all right, Lorenzo. Just go back.
I don't want the holidays to end either, Lorenzo. I really don't, but they did, just so you know.
God,
just
game over. That's where the Pac-Man thing would come in handy right now. Okay, very good. Sound control down there. Lorenzo's working on him.
I'll figure it out. Lorenzo's useless. So, yeah, he's still rocking the Christmas hat and the dreadlocks, and he really needs a bath.
He does. He looks a little mangy. So we're going to, we'll get him doctored up here. I got a haircut here recently.
You need to hook me up with your person.
Yeah. My people that have been cutting my hair forever. And I go, hey, are you doing house calls? And they're like, no, but you can come over to our house.
I'm going to be pretty close to be able to braid
and it was stupid
eyebrows.
long. My hair grows so fast, and it gets. And every time I go for a haircut, whether it's 2-3 weeks, she's literally yelling at me, "Your hair's too long. Your hair's too long." Well, I called her up and I go, "Hey, this is 6 weeks, and buckle up, Buttercup, because you gotta get the head shears out."
Well, Jason has 5 o'clock shadow by 2 p.m.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, this is good. So I felt and people compliment me on my long hair, and I just don't like it. I'm not comfortable, and I don't care.
Well, you should have a man bun.
No, fuck no. I'd never have a man bun. If you ever see me in a man bun, you are fully allowed to fucking kick my ass, because that is no.
Can I bring friends?
No. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, you can.
All right, Jimmy, Tyler.
They could even be your Toyota friends, and and they could drive a fucking Prius and come up and kick my ass. That's how bad I would deserve that.
Unfortunately, they'll all be wearing masks.
Yeah. And, kick you from 6 feet apart.
Wow.
Anyways, going back to where I was headed here, because
where were you
I'm definitely not as drunk as you.
I am not drunk.
We've got this new soundboard. We had our old mics that were shit. We hired professionals. It cost us thousands of dollars here to figure out this audio, and we got brand new mics now. Thank you, Chris.
Yes.
Just the magic powers of Amazon. These mics arrived,
and our patrons.
And a patron. So, yes. So, thank you, patrons, because it's a blessing and a curse, because we've got some money coming in, and we really need to recoup what we've started this podcast a year and a half ago plus.
Yep.
But Chris is spending money faster than we make it. So
it's not me, it's Lorenzo. So Jesus.
So we got this updated soundboard that all the cool podcasts are using.
Oh yeah.
And then
you can't handle the truth.
Right. So you can do all these sound bites, but they don't. You gotta have somebody that knows how to interject the sound bites at the proper time.
Is it true what they say about? Is it true?
Yeah. See. And so this is why I should be controlling the soundboard now, and not Chris. Okay. Okay. That was good. That was good. You didn't need to do it a second time. Shit. Anyways, so we got these. So we had our old mics had a ridiculous. It's not a reverb, but a white noise after we talked, and it was driving me absolutely batty. Long story short, Tyler, we reached out to Snail Trail because they have this board. And everybody has said they pull this board out of the box, plug in mics, and start podcasting. And that's the end of our podcast. Thanks for listening. Okay, you need to stop hitting buttons down there.
Sorry.
So, shout out to Snail Trail 4x4 for Jimmy and Tyler. Reached out to them and said, "Hey, what the hell?" And Tyler has a really good ear and is an audio snob.
Well, they had better microphones
in a good way. No, but Tyler, he's very critical of sound at a podcast, as we are, but we couldn't produce apparently that sound. So I said, "Hey, I'm going to drop off the board and our mics, and can you plug in your mics and play with our mics and see what's going on and see if we can," because we thought maybe something was wrong with the board. Well,
right. We thought the board was
Long story short, it was our mics that we had that were not good.
The originals.
So, mo money, let's buy some new mics, and here we are. So now moving forward, hopefully you guys and gals appreciate the sound quality now is much better. It's fuller. It's a richer sound with these mics.
Richer.
But it comes at a freaking cost.
Yeah, you're listening to us through Shure SM58s.
Oh, it's like...
which are...
Is it live or is it Memorex?
These are the holy grail of microphones for everything.
Well, yeah, there's Heil and all kinds of crazy shit too. So
Yeah,
it's just
but
like the Dom Perignon of stuff.
But these are legit.
But anyways, my whole point of this thing, and hopefully Chris won't fuck it up with another sound effect right now, but we
don't taunt me.
No, I know. We are super appreciative of our patrons for jumping on board because it has been overwhelming. The support that we've gotten, the emails and everything, and the reviews, it all helps out, and it keeps us going. And it does cost a lot of money, and we really appreciate the patrons that have stepped up and paid. So
absolutely,
don't think that this money is going to Lorenzo's feed budget, because it's not. It's going back into equipment,
booze budget,
to keep this podcast going. So
absolutely,
thank you so much, patrons. And if you're not a patron and you go, hey, you know what? Let's throw a few bucks at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. You can go to our website. Hop on there and patron, and we got the $5, $10, $20 level. Hey, I get it. Money's tight. We're not asking, people to donate that can't donate. But if you want to, it's there. That's where it is. So
certainly,
absolutely, a very cool thing. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. Now that was a nice one, Chris. You're just getting the hang of it. Getting the hang of it.
Yeah. Oh, give me a few minutes.
Okay. So, moving on.
Needle and thread.
Exactly. You want to talk about Oceano Dunes real quick?
Yeah, I do. It's kind of a sad deal, but
it is
hopefully
sad, but we need support.
They need support. We need to rally the troops. We truly do. Oceano Dunes down in Pismo, they're under attack. They've been under attack for quite a while now, and it sucks. So, the California Coastal Commission really wants to shut that action down. The OHV, recreating out in the dunes with your side by side of your Jeep or your buggy or whatever it is you drive. Dirt bikes, right? There are a lot of
dirt bikes, quads, side by sides, 4x4.
So
hovercraft, hang glider.
They were closed for quite a while after when COVID hit, and it was the CCC, California Coastal Commission, was thrilled beyond all means. They say, "Oh, great, we're going to see all these numbers, these dust numbers and whatnot that are going to plummet, and we're going to win this case, no problem." Well, the reality was, with no OHV happening, no recreating happening in the dunes, the dust numbers climbed, which completely obliterated their.
It was opposite of what they expected.
They absolutely.
Yep, that's great.
So now they're scrambling to try to figure out other ways to get shit shut down.
Right,
and it's all BS. It's one of it's like the only beach or coastal area in the state of California. I think it is the only coastal area.
It is that you can drive on the beach.
That you can drive on the beach.
Correct.
And it's seriously in jeopardy. So y'all need to, I know Jason and I and several other people, if you're following on the gram, have reposted from Friends of Oceano Dunes, links or pleas, if you will, to comment on the situation. This is a cry, a rally cry. You all need to speak up. If you recreate or you want to recreate, or you need to speak up and say your piece, because if this gets shut down, it's just the beginning. It's the first place it's not gonna end. It's the tip of the iceberg, if you will.
Well, yeah, and it's so a couple things there. One is you need to tell the story if you do use I call it Pismo, Oceano Dunes. If you do recreate out there, you need to tell your story. Are you bringing your kids out there? You go out there 6 times a year with your family and and hang out with your other, friends and family out there. Those stories need to be told because that's what this area is all about. And then conversely, if you've never been there and live across, off in New York or something and listen to this podcast, or, Australia, we got our friends down in Australia down there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Aaron and Charles and Ramp Customs and everything down there. We got our friends in Canada and stuff. So anyways, nobody's immune to this thing.
No,
so it's
precedent gets set and shit happens.
Exactly. Once one of these places fall, it does set precedents for other off-road recreational areas to get shut down. So we encourage everybody to I put it on the IG today on the story, but also on the feed, so that'll live there in infamy, and look it up. And Friends of Oceano Dunes, and it just take 5 minutes of your day and write a little note there. Just we all band together and fight the good fight. We got a ton of people.
We have to. There's a ton of people, and right now the off-road community is as big as it's ever been.
That's what I was saying. We have a ton of people that are involved with off-road now, and regardless of what you drive, minus a Prius. But anyways, we're all fighting the same fight here. So, just it sucks that we have to do this, but it's part of the process. And we've had some victories over the years. We've had a lot of losses. There's some trails that I used to go on that are closed now. Who knows? Probably permanently. But anyways, that's that. It's
the fight that never that can never end. It really can't.
Yeah.
And so be aware and let your voice be heard, everybody, please.
Yeah.
Whether, like Jason said, whether you're in California or you're in New York or someplace in between, or in a foreign country, because once these environmentalists get their taste blood,
right,
they don't stop. They really don't. And we really need to fight back.
Yep,
so
for sure.
Or otherwise, you'll all be just driving Priuses.
Yeah, and looking at these great off-road areas that we used to four-wheel on that you can't four-wheel on anymore.
And hiking in them with granola bars.
It's going to become Russia.
What?
Is this Russia, Danny?
Every day.
So anyways, all right.
Let's
move on. Let's move on to something cool here that I discovered over the holidays.
Okay.
Here's a little detraction from real life.
Okay.
So I'm up in Tahoe.
God's country.
Yeah, it really is God's country up there. It's so freaking nice. But so I'm up there with my cousin and her friend's absolutely hilarious. And we're up there chatting, and she asked me about the podcast, so I was telling her about it and stuff. And she goes, "Oh, that's cool." And, and pointed her to the Instagram page. So she's checking that. She's like, "Oh my gosh, this and that." And, looking at all the photos. And she goes, "Oh, well, my brother does this animation. He's a comic, does comics."
Okay. Like Sunday comics?
Nickelodeon freaking comic.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, TV,
Can I say that?
Huh?
Nickelodeon and no shit in the same sentence?
Sure.
Okay.
So, anyways, it's called Wackadoodle Storytime. Wackadoodle Storytime. So I love it. So it's her brother and a friend, and they do these quick little animations, and look them up on YouTube. They're also on IG. He's just getting his IG going, but it's Wackadoodle, WACKADOODLE. Okay, Wackadoodle, and then Storytime, STORYTIME.
Is that all one word?
Well, on Instagram it is, but on
YouTube is
YouTube, just type, because that's where they have more videos. And I showed a couple of those videos to you before the podcast.
They're freaking hysterical.
And they're fucking hilarious. Do yourself a favor, look it up, Wackadoodle Storytime. And they're just now getting, some views and stuff. He's not promoting it at all. It's all like word of mouth.
What?
And I'm like, oh my God, you guys are freaking hilarious. I'd love to have this guy on the podcast. Because I can tell his mind's warped like us.
You can cartoonize us.
Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Put the Snail Trail boys in there, get Mike and Mike's podcast in there, and we could just have this crazy little thing.
It'd be like, yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it. It would be,
yeah. So, anyways, that's like, just a nice little side note there, fun thing.
Beatles Yellow Submarine shit going on there.
Yeah, it's funny. You just start talking to people and getting these background stories, and it's like, oh yeah, my brother's an animator, and
that's cool.
I'm like, wow, that's and it's
no, it's
just
great.
Check it out. You're not going to be disappointed. And if you are disappointed, then email Tyler at snailtrail4x4.com.
Wackadoodle story time. Yep. There you go. Cool. Right on.
All right. What else you got down there, Chris?
Well, it's we got a lot to talk about. I mean, it's KOH season, but it's also
Wabbit season.
It's
no, it's KOH season.
It's shopping time too. I've been doing a little bit of shopping and a couple of
shopping for what
stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Well,
oh boy,
kind of accessorizing my Jeep a little bit.
Blinging it out? What are you doing?
Well, I went to Freedom Ropes.
Oh, our friends down. Speaking of Pismo, Oceano Dunes, they're right there.
Yep. So I finally went synthetic.
You did?
Yep. So I got a synthetic winch line for my rig.
Wow.
I ordered it today, actually.
What color?
Just the standard, whatever their color is. It's like gray. I don't think they should have options.
Oh, I thought they had colors.
But they have a kit. You can go. It's 5/16 by 80 feet of synthetic winch line. And it has a soft shackle.
Okay.
And a tree saver. I think it includes a bag, like a storage bag, for $150.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. It's a good deal. It's a great deal.
Tree saver, a soft shackle, your winch line, and a bag. For $150.
For $150. And I used a code that Snail Trail has. It's Snail Trail, all capital letters in the coupon code, and I got 10% off.
So you got it for less than $150.
Well, yeah, like 140, but it had free shipping to boot. So
to boot.
So
are you Canadian now?
I am. So shout out to Freedom Ropes. They're great.
No kidding.
Small
That's
business,
a hell of a freaking deal.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to that arriving, and I'll get that set up on the Jeep. I have to change out my my fair lead, and I'll have to change out my and I was talking to you earlier tonight about I was looking at quadratech.com. I'm going to give Lee Lim a call here pretty quick, or a text. About a new fair lead.
He's got those custom fair leads that, he laser etches some cool stuff.
I got to figure out what I'm
Will Winch for beer. That's the one you need to get.
Right.
Will Winch for beer.
So spend a little bit of dough. And then I also, we bought the mics for the podcast, but, also bought LED headlights for the Ram.
Really?
Yep.
It didn't come with LEDs?
No, I'm not Jason money.
Did it have candles in it or what? Little miners?
The halogen bulbs. But so I just bought online. Because after talking to Justin Hall,
yes,
and looking at his Ram, he's got the LED.
You guys were all Dodge geeking.
Oh, we were.
Together.
It was killer. Because I had been.
It was the first time that you've actually found a Dodge buddy that
absolutely
you guys could really connect with. So I just stood back. Yeah.
You had to.
I did because I didn't. Yeah.
You were screwed.
I didn't want to be in that.
So, but he had the LED lights in his factory housings. And I'd been paranoid about doing it. So finally he showed me what he got going on. And I'm like, that works. So I finally pulled the trigger. So
nice.
Got those, ordered those off of Amazon. So they should be here this weekend.
So you'll have those to go down to KOH.
Well, hopefully we're not driving at night.
Yeah.
We've done that. We've done that before.
We've done the late night.
Just the middle of the night. Jason's like,
Cannonball Run.
How you doing there, Chris? I'm asleep, Jason. How you doing? Well, you're talking pretty good being asleep. Well,
we stopped.
I'm on autopilot.
That was one of the very few road trips that I actually did the full road trip thing.
Well, you don't like driving a trailer, pulling a trailer at night.
I don't.
And I don't either.
And well, one, because I sleep at night when the sun goes down. But, you know, you hear about these road trips and you stop into a gas station and you load up on chips and soda and Red Bull and all that shit, right? Yeah.
And
that's exactly what we did. I never...
Coca-Cola and chips.
Yeah, I never really did that before, but it was like, fuck. I look at you and I go, are you good? Because, you know, we got a couple more hours. And he goes, fuck it, we're going.
Well, we didn't want to stay where we were.
No, it was not a good place. We were...
We're going to get raped by meth heads. It would have been bad.
God, Jesus, I didn't feel that, but I didn't feel like it was that bad, but okay. Yeah, so we got our loaded up on junk food and stuff and hopped back in our rigs and got to
motored. We only had another 5.5 hours.
No, it wasn't that far. It was only a couple hours, 2.5 hours. And then we got to Johnson Valley and it was like,
we pulled in.
Perfect.
Our buddies met us at the gate.
Yes. They knew we were coming in.
We checked in. They had their glow in the dark freaking CB antennas or whatever on there.
Pretty sure they shouldn't have been driving at that point.
Right.
Okay.
And then they escorted us up to the campsite.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. We got a lighted escort.
And then we pulled in. I found a not quite so level spot. I had a good level spot. Quick C-. Good night.
Yeah, it was 1 C- and you were out, and I stayed up for another couple hours.
Yeah, you're a machine.
Well, I am. I'm a professional. Professional.
Anyway, so yeah, headlights. So yeah, new headlights.
So we're going back. Bring it on back. Okay,
bring it on back. So yeah, I've been shopping. And then the other thing that I wanted to kind of mention real quick before we really get into the main topic, which is KOH, but I was caught by Jeep had a reveal yesterday. They revealed the new Grand Cherokee, the all new.
Oh, the Chicory. Yeah.
The Jeep Grand Cherokee. Holy shit. That is a beautiful looking rig.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was just an overlander or whatever, that would be the rig I'd buy. This thing is a technological freaking monument. It's insane. I mean, it's the whole dash is it's all glass. It's like a glass cockpit. Yeah. It really is. And they really hyped up the quadra drive and the all wheel drive systems and the suspension, the air suspension and so on and so forth. I caught it on YouTube. So if you're all interested in Jeep Grand Cherokees and overlanding and whatnot, or just an SUV, it's probably pretty expensive, I would imagine. Check it out. The reveal is pretty cool. It's a nice movie. You know, that's the big deal nowadays is they're talking about either the Bronco had a big reveal.
Yeah.
And then
of course, it's getting delayed.
Well, it's getting delayed, but you know, and then of course the Grand Cherokee had a big reveal. And then what was the other big reveal that it came up? That's the big, it's like these cinematic, productions now to reveal, especially with COVID.
Yeah.
It's like they can't do a big reveal at SEMA or at the, you know,
New York Auto Show,
the Chicago or the Detroit Auto Show, whatever it is.
Detroit, yeah.
So, but yeah, boy, that's a beautiful rig. It really is. It looks impressive. They've gone all out with the full everything. It's like your truck, but in an SUV with the air conditioned and heated seats and massage seats and the surround monitors.
It's got massage seats?
Oh yeah, it does.
Does it?
Oh yeah.
I'd like to check that out.
But you know what they didn't mention is they didn't mention the engine. They said nothing about the
because hopefully it's a Hemi.
I don't know. They said nothing. So
wow.
But it was pretty cool. And the only other thing that I want to say, and this is just saw it tonight, is the 2022 Ford Maverick. It's going to be the small, you know, all the trucks have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. I
mean, I drive a Chevy Colorado. It's actually, I honestly, driving down here tonight, I got passed by a I don't know, it was like a 90s Chevy Silverado.
Okay.
And I think my Colorado was as big as that Silverado.
Well, yeah.
So the midsize, the small trucks have gotten bigger. And so is the Ford Ranger is bigger than it was before. And my Colorado, this Colorado is bigger than my original, the white Colorado I had that I totaled.
Right.
So what's kind of cool is seeing this Ford Maverick is supposed to be a smaller pickup truck, kind of going back to the original Ranger, if you will. So I'm going to be intrigued to see how that shakes out and how that pans out for the off-road world.
Okay.
But beyond that, let's talk KOH.
Well, wait, we got to talk about one more thing.
Oh, shit.
We need to talk about two more things before we get into KOH. So, what are we drinking tonight, Chris?
Well, we drink a lot of things, but we're drinking Weller Antique 107.
107.
And the 107 stands for the proof.
The poof? The poof.
This is good stuff.
It's a weeded bourbon, right?
Yes.
Is it weeded bourbon. Very good. It's hot. It's got a little tingly on the tongue there.
Yes, it does.
And this is one of those unicorn bottles that one is very difficult to find, and then two, if you do find it, you're probably going to pay out the ass.
Trust me, I know.
And then three, it's good. I've never had it. I've seen it, following all this bourbon stuff, and it's like, okay. And Chris procured it from his local dealer there, liquor purveyor, right around, and that's how you get this stuff. Is you've got to make friends with your local purveyor, and you can. Like I got the Blantons and stuff at Safeway. I mean, you just get lucky once in a while if some of that stuff comes around, but your local liquor store can get some pretty killer bottles.
Oh yeah.
And if you get
as
on
long as he's communicating with his
that's
supplier.
it. You get on the short list, and if you're going in there once a week, and picking up your 6-pack of Budweiser or something.
That ain't happening.
No, if you're going in there and got a good, rapport with them, and hey, they know you like bourbon and you've been buying from them, and you've built up he brought in Old Elk.
Yes, he did.
To the store for you and
almost
your son.
all of them.
Yeah. And so pretty cool. And so you walked in one day and he says, "Hey, look what I got."
I said, "Whoa." And
that
was during the holidays.
Yeah, he didn't rake you over the coals too bad. He made a little bit of profit off of it, but to get this and everything and Chris money, it's like no big deal. So
Chris is broke now because of that. But,
Weller Antique 107. It's got the burgundy label. Pretty freaking cool stuff. So thank you, Chris, for bringing that to the podcast. It's about time you bring some good bourbon to the podcast.
This is the first time I've surprised Verde.
You did. It does. It takes a lot to surprise me, and that definitely did it. Again, so how would you, just unbiased, I just got to throw it out there because we use Old Elk as the standard, our gold standard here on Wheeling Wine and Whiskey.
The gold standard.
The gold standard.
Yes, yes.
It is.
It is.
I mean, I tell you, and we're not sponsored by them or anything, hopefully soon. But anyways, I really use that as the, is it better than Old Elk or not? The gold standard.
It's not as smooth as Old Elk.
No, it's not.
It's a different flavor profile for sure. It's sweeter.
Well, it's a totally different mash bill.
It's hotter.
Yep.
I mean, there's definitely some heat on the end.
There's a lot of sweet. It's not even on the end.
There is a lot of sweet.
A lot of sweet. You got some tasting notes down there or something?
I do.
Oh, you do?
I do. So let's.
It's true. It's true.
Well, what was your first impression, real quick?
My first impression was, and so, you get a little slighted by the label knowing, and then me being a bourbon geek now, following bourbon and going, oh my God, Antique 107. I've never had it. I've got this, expectation in my mind of what this thing's going to taste like, right? That it's going to blow my fucking socks off.
You wear socks?
I do wear socks. Don't you?
Oh, jeez.
Oh God, I could go down all kinds of different avenues, but no, it's very good, and I liked it right out of the gate. But I'm trying to, it's for me because I would love to it's nothing better than tasting something in a glass, not knowing what it is, knowing, okay, yeah, it's a bourbon or whatever, but, not being swayed by the hype, the reputation, the label. If I didn't know this was Weller Antique 107, honestly, if this was in a glass, not knowing what it was, I would definitely buy it and drink it. It's very good. So, but is it worth the hype and stuff? It's pretty freaking good. It's definitely something I wouldn't want to dump out.
No, hell no.
I'll pass it through my bladder and
it's good.
Stuff.
Wow.
But it's the sweetness is what struck me right off the beginning.
Right.
And it's not offensive sweetness. It's not like this mapley, caramel. There was more caramel, but not overpowering. But it was like, whoa, this is sweet, but in a good way.
Sure.
Approachable yet unassuming.
It was
very unapologetic. And then immediately after the sweet, I got the heat.
Right.
I got that,
it's 100.
But it's not a crazy bite. It was not a 107 bite by any means, because I've had some hot whiskeys and that didn't bite like that. But so it was a nice marriage of sweet and heat.
Ooh, marriage.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to go with that for 500, Alex.
A nice marriage of sweet and heat.
Audio Daily Double.
Wow.
I like it. There's my review. If you get a chance to try it, absolutely try it. If you're paying through the nose for it, don't do that. But if you can get it, I would say at a hundo or less, it's a good bottle to have on your shelf. And your true bourbon connoisseur friends that come over would be very impressed with it, and it's unique and it's cool.
They'll enjoy a snort.
But going back to OE. Old Elk, I bang for the buck. You could buy 2 bottles of Old Elk and still have some change in your pocket.
Sure.
And have a smoother bourbon.
Absolutely. Well, again, I enjoyed this. It was a nice find. I know Dan the Bourbon Man has been posting pictures of his followers have found it in the wild here and there and everywhere. I mean, it's obviously he's all over. These people are posting from all over the country.
Right.
But, it was a good find, and I'm thrilled. It tastes great, and I'm going to enjoy this bottle.
Heck yeah!
It's not a daily deal, but we'll bust it out. It'll go along with the different 12-year-olds that I have, but it'll be good. It'll be a good one.
Lorenzo is eyeing the bottle, and he's got his tail wagging pretty quickly there, Chris. I think he'd like to try some.
Well, he's going to have to just pound sand because
really,
yeah,
it's the holidays,
No, it's not. The holidays are over. He needs to get over it.
Wow.
All right, so let's look at the tasting notes from our friends
okay let's do it.
Breaking Bourbon.
Oh, Breaking Bourbon's great. Love that. I love it.
So they have the nose is aromas of lush dark fruit burst forth of the glass and combined with vanilla and caramel. Yes, I definitely had that.
Okay, so the caramel there. Good. Okay.
There's a healthy dose of seasoned oak for sure, which provides dimension. Finally, it's punctuated with a pop of cinnamon, bark spice, and traces of black licorice.
Whoa. Bark spice?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bark spice.
I don't know what
I love these descriptors that people come up. I mean, how many fucking drugs do you need to take to come up with the bark spice? Seriously.
Well,
where does that come from?
You need to eat bark to figure that out. I guess.
That's what I'm saying. What is bark spice? It doesn't sound.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
I've never eaten bark. Next time I'm in the woods, I'll grab a bunch of bark and chomp on it and see what I see.
All right, what else you got? This is good.
It's balanced, complex, and well developed. So that's the
it nose. Is balanced, it is complex, and it is well developed. I'll agree with those 3 statements.
Okay, palate.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that was just the nose?
That was the nose.
That was the nose?
Yeah, that's the nose.
Oh shit. Okay, here we go. But 80%, like I talked about before, 80+% of the taste is through your nose.
You're not supposed to smell it though. It'll burn your.
No, you don't you don't take a big old snort of it through your nose, but it is.
So good. All right, palate.
Okay, palate. Here we go.
The first thing I notice is how full-bodied and oily the bourbon feels rolling around in my mouth. I will totally agree with that. It's yummy. Cinnamon spice grips the taste buds. Where did they come up with this shit? Followed by cherries. I didn't detect cherries.
I got no cherry. I don't know where they're getting the cherry.
Dark fruits, raw sugar, and aged oak. I got the oak.
Raw sugar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, I got the aged oak. I'm good with that. You getting the cherries? I got no cherries.
I got no cherries.
That's funny. It's just like playing the slot machines in Vegas.
Aged oak. I'm getting the aged oak.
Yeah.
The proof is quite manageable, which is good.
I like the way they put that, quite manageable, meaning that it is a hot proof, but it doesn't drink that hot.
With the rock melted down,
that's anytime you add water to it, because how do you proof it down? You're adding water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Arguably,
you want to buy a Vial?
A bit understated, as the flavor really takes charge versus any sign of heat. This combination of rich, heavy mouthfeel and cinnamon against dark fruit and oak is as pleasing as it is delicious. So that's the palate. I
got to give these. I hope these people get paid well, because that is quite the descriptor right there.
Right?
That's imaginative, you know.
I'm telling you,
all that stuff together.
They're just alliterations.
It is a literary freaking scholar right there.
Right?
That's awesome. Okay.
So the finish. Oh, hold on.
Oh, no, you're not done yet. Wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. You act now, you're going to get a Ginsu knife set.
The finish. A crescendo of cinnamon.
Oh, crescendo.
Oh, I'm telling you. It's like Beethoven, right?
This is good.
Holy shit. Of cinnamon spice introduces the finish. Sweeter notes of caramel. Well, you got that. And vanilla.
I did. Oh, yeah. Definitely some vanilla.
A flavor akin to tobacco. I didn't catch any tobacco, but I don't smoke, so that doesn't matter.
Well, that's always that kind of rich.
Hints in the background, though it's subtle and hard to pinpoint.
Oh.
An undercurrent of cinnamon remains throughout and then lingers. Quite pleasant. So, yeah, there you go.
So cinnamon is kind of like I get that. The cinnamon in there, that it's got a little twang to it.
Very good. I'm going to have another sniglet.
So funny, though. So funny, these descriptors. I love it. I still, the leather-bound book takes the fucking cake to this day. Well,
there was none of that in here.
I know, but and you've ever opened up an old book, and you got that smell. I get it. That's a good descriptor right there. The tobacco's very common too with that. But anyways, that's some good stuff right there.
Well, it's a fantastic bottle of bourbon.
It is. Thank you for sharing, Chris.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
It's nice that I didn't have to pull any bourbon out of my stash tonight. Woo. So appreciate that. That's a nice little how do you do welcome 2021 bourbon.
2021.
Yeah. And so their mash bill is not they're all secret. So it's at least 51% corn.
It's so here the mash bill says undisclosed.
It's a wheated bourbon.
Buffalo Trace, which owns them.
Yeah.
Wheated mash bill, corn, wheat, malted barley, but no percentages.
Yeah. Yeah. So interesting.
Anyway, yeah.
And I'll tell you, Buffalo Trace. So you got Weller, which is obviously sought after. Good bourbon. And then you got, Buffalo Trace is if you find a bottle of Buffalo, it's not like hard to get. It's not readily available, but it's out there. That's a very good bang for the buck. That's a crowd pleaser
for sure.
And you know what else Buffalo Trace does?
What's that?
The other horsey Blanton's. Well,
there's more history there than just that.
Exactly.
No, we can get into that. It's just, we want to talk into there's a lot of history with doing the distilleries, and right here you get into the Pappy Van Winkle.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to pour myself a little of this, and I'm going to bring this back down to you because I will finish this bottle tonight if I don't.
All right. So it's a wheated bourbon originally created by Stitzel Weller Distilling Company.
Did you say schnitzel? I love schnitzel.
Stitzel.
Okay.
And the notably William LaRue Weller hired the famous Julian Van Winkle, who would later be known as Pappy Van Winkle, began his career working for Weller, just so you know. And that kind of can bring us to this, my big miss in my life.
It's you know what this reminds me of? Is when your son had the winning ticket at Sierra Trek for the Warren Winch.
Right.
This is exactly what this reminds me of. So it's been bourbon. It's getting towards the end of bourbon hunting season. We call it here. Late October, November, December, early December. There's a lot of releases of these coveted, and I put that in parentheses, coveted, whatever, high rated bourbons and whiskeys. They come onto market. And so they come into your local liquor store. And of course, most of them,
get snapped up,
jack them up a little bit. But your retailers like, your Bevmos, Total Wine & More, Costco, stuff like that. Costco's like crazy.
Safeway.
If you find anything, Safeway, like where I got the Blantons at a ridiculous, $54 price, 53 and some change.
Right.
So they find themselves out on these shelves.
Right.
And, those in the know that are in these stores and see it, it's like, okay. I mean, like I saw 3 bottles of Blanton's at Safeway at $54. I'm like, I could not ever sleep again if I didn't buy these 3 bottles, knowing that it's a screaming deal.
Right.
And what's your story, Chris?
Well, apparently I'm still a rookie.
You you need to call me.
It just didn't even compute. So this is just before Christmas, the week before Christmas. My wife and I were at Costco in town, and our local Costco, and we're like getting Christmas dinner, doing the final shopping for the holidays, and braving the crowds and all that BS. And I kind of wandered down the bourbon aisle like I typically do whenever I'm in the store. Just kind of, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's pretty typical. You have the Jack Daniels, and now they're carrying the Gentleman Jack again, which is killer.
Oh, great. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
And, and of course, all the other typical stuff. You see the Angels Envy, Basil Hayden.
And Angel's Envy is great.
Fuck yeah, I love Angels. Angel's Envy and Basil Hayden. All those are great. They're light yet unassuming.
Light yet unassuming.
But it didn't even. I walked by and they had a Pappy Van Winkle, and I'm like, oh, Pappy Van Winkle, and it was like $100, $98.99 or
$98.99. But wait, it's not just only Pappy Van Winkle, because there's several different varieties of Pappy, right? But any Pappy, it's cult-ish. It is what it is. But there's very few people in this world that have Pappy Van Winkle in their home bar.
Right.
And if you can procure Pappy Van Winkle,
which I did not do,
you are of status and high up in the bourbon world.
Yeah.
But if you could procure Pappy Van Winkle at a ridiculously low under retail price,
yes,
you are fucking winning,
which I didn't do.
So this was a Pappy. We were talking. You had mentioned in passing, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if I brought up Pappy Van Winkle or something.
Right.
And you go, oh, yeah, I was at Costco the other day and they had Pappy. And I go, excuse me? What? Pappy what? He goes, Pappy Van Winkle. And I go, Pappy Van Winkle?
Yeah.
The whiskey.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, no, Pappy Van Winkle whiskey at the Livermore freaking Costco.
Yeah.
And I go, whoa. Back up the fucking shopping cart because... Okay. Exactly. Please tell me you bought it. No, I didn't buy it. Exactly. Why? So...
It didn't compute.
It didn't compute, but here's what they had at that Chris could have purchased. Pappy Van Winkle, Familia Reserve, 15, I say it once again, 15-year Pappy Van Winkle for $98.99. That would sell on the going market for a minimum of $500.
Really?
$500. People would pay $500 all day long for that are in the know and a collector, a true collector that has to have that in their collection. Well, fortunately, I'm not a true collector because I'm not going to pay $500 for that bottle. But this bottle retail would go for $1.25 all day long. Retail. And that's not going to your local liquor store with the markup because it would be in that $400 or $500 range at your local store.
Yeah, I missed the mark.
So you need to call me.
Now I know.
Because I follow this stuff on a daily basis and learn. And again, is it worth the hype? I don't know. I've never tried it.
Well, we don't know. That's the thing.
I've had other Pappies that were really good, but when you can get a
15,
a cultish, 15-year Pappy Van Winkle for $100.
I mean, if I had known,
there's people listening to this right now that are bourbon aficionados, just whiskey aficionados, going.
Well, Chris actually lives in Richmond, Virginia, instead of Livermore, California. So if you're going to do a drive-by, Molotov cocktail his house for his stupidity, there it is. Richmond, Virginia.
It's not stupidity.
It's ignorance.
It's not. Well, it's not ignorance either. It's just not knowing. Yeah, ignorance. Yeah, I guess that's the definition.
God damn it, Chris, you're stupid. Just say it.
Hot damn it, Bobby, you don't know your whiskey. So anyways, I'm saddened that you didn't get that bottle too, because if you came to my house with an antique Weller 107 and a Pappy Van Winkle, I know, and a Pappy Van Winkle Familia Reserve 15-year,
that wouldn't have been in the same night.
I'd be bowing down.
Well, you should.
I would take back everything I said about the Barbie Jeep. And,
worship me.
I would. I mean, this is legit shit. But anyways, and we don't get all involved in the whole, dollar figure, but it's just cool stuff. These things that are,
it's all the different flavor profiles and all the.
But if you could have got that for $100, winning. Hashtag winning.
Well, I know now.
Just like I got Blanton's.
If I see it again.
Well, you probably in your lifetime, you might see it one more time at that price. And if you don't buy it then you definitely.
Not very young anymore. I might.
No, it could be. That was it. Anyways.
Missed opportunity.
Holy hell. I thought I'd taught you Sensei, and apparently.
Well,
still need to wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off.
You need more wax on, wax off.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Well, whatever.
We're not going to go thirsty.
No.
But I would love to put it up against Old Oak, and I got to do a whiskey, and we're going to do this down at KOH. I'm going to do a blind whiskey tasting because I don't want to be swayed by labels and stuff, and I want to see if I can pick out. I know I can pick out Old Elk.
I don't know. Our schedule's pretty full. We're going to have time for that?
I'll make time for it.
There you go.
All
right.
All right. Well,
speaking of KOH.
How long are we doing here? We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Because I got a lot of stuff.
Well, we got plenty. I mean, we're an hour in, but
there you go.
Good. Just keep rolling, man.
We've lost Mike from Mike and Max's podcast. He only listens to 1 hour podcast at 1.5 speed. So at 42 minutes, he gone.
Well, what about Max?
Max, I don't know. Does he exist? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
I don't even know if he listens to us anymore. If he does,
he doesn't even respond to the text messages at all.
No, he's not in the group text. Yeah, very rarely. Don't even get a thumbs up or
calling you out
or anything.
Really, you just blank. You just ghost us.
Yeah,
really?
Never met him. Don't even know if he exists.
You can't handle us. You just
Got
can't.
a cool liberty. Apparently.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah,
Wait a
see?
minute. Wait a minute.
Jesus.
You can't handle.
See.
You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So Chris, I'm taking the fucking soundboard away from you tonight. You're
You can't handle the torque.
the torque. You can't handle the torque.
You can't handle the board.
All right. Yeah. We are looking for a new co-host of Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. You can apply at Jason at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com.
KOH. So hopefully everybody tuned in last Wednesday.
Yeah, for the KOH update.
That's right, with Dave Cole
and
Ricky.
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. I don't know who the third person was, but
okay, so you had the president of KOH.
Yeah.
And then you had Dave Cole.
Right.
And then you had a famous dirt bike rider connoisseur whose name was Ricky Ballard.
Right. But he's also drives trophy trucks. Not Ricky Ballard.
Why do you got to call this shit out? Now I got to fucking go back.
It doesn't matter. I mean, the point is y'all needed to tune in last Wednesday.
Y'all needed to tune in.
And that was like that was kind of the be all end all of the information for KOH 2021, right?
Right.
And Dave Cole, unfortunately the beginning, the first 20 minutes, the sound was shit. I couldn't hear a word.
I didn't have any problem with the sound.
No, Dave Cole, I couldn't hear a word he said. It was horrible. I was
really?
Yeah, I heard Ricky. He was blowing my speakers out of my TV. I'm like, Jesus Christ! And because I had to turn the TV way up to hear Dave Cole speaking. And anyway, after about 45 minutes, I tuned out. But so that was, like I said, that was the
Ricky Johnson, and Dave Cole and Ryan Thomas.
Ryan Thomas is the guy sitting with the computer. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the brains behind the operation.
Right.
But anyways, so there was a lot of good stuff coming out of that. So what did we learn, Chris?
Well, we learned all about the COVID protocols.
So what is the COVID protocol? You want to go over that?
So at this point in time, it sounds like they're going to be
COVID testing just for Hammertown.
Just
if
for
you want to get
Hammertown.
into Hammertown, which is inside the cyclone fence,
the gates
in the center of Johnson Valley,
right?
The epicenter of Johnson Valley,
where the jumbotron
where the pits
is,
are, where the
pits.
jumbotron, the fire, all the fucking vendors,
right?
Food trucks.
You need to take a drug test or a COVID test.
You need to take a drug test. And,
if you fail,
you are going to fail.
If you fail the drug test, you ain't getting in. No, the COVID test. If you're negative,
you're going to have to take a breathalyzer.
You ain't getting a wristband that allows you in.
If you're not blowing a 1.0, you're not going to get in.
That's right.
Hammertown. No. Yeah. So COVID testing for Hammertown only. So, the lake bed, BOM land, Dave actually has full quote unquote control of the lake bed.
He does.
Ownership.
He's got a permit for this
for 6 weeks.
Right.
And so he could kick everybody off the lake bed and say, F you. I've got
private event.
I've paid a shit ton of money to have this event out here, and you're not welcome here because you're not a paid participant.
You're not cool enough.
Dave, being the cool guy that he is said, hey, and he doesn't want to do any of this COVID bullshit. So those of you out there naysaying, and I know it's not our listeners, he's trying to make an event happen. And honestly, he could have easily said F it this year and said, we're not doing it. That would have been the easy out.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But him and his team have fought, and it is absolutely amazing. And I still, I'm planning on going. It's going as of today. This is the Friday before the Tuesday of this podcast releasing. But as of today, Dave Cole has spent $1 million to make this event happen.
$1 million.
$1 million. So anybody that is in their right mind of running any kind of business, if you're going to outlay $1 million, damn sure you are 100% positive that it's happening. You're committed. So
that's bankruptcy shit.
Yeah. It's definitely bankruptcy in my world.
Oh, so.
But so it's cool that they've jumped through all these hoops, signed all the documents, got these permits, done whatever they needed to do to make this event happen.
Right.
And so, you can roll in on Boone Road and you don't have to take a COVID test.
They are going to take your temperature.
They are going to take your temperature, but
you can camp on the lake bed and you can do whatever you want.
And there's going to be a bunch of other people coming in from all different directions other than Boone Road to get on the lake bed. Fine. But Hammertown itself, you're going to have an armband stating that you've been tested, whatever that's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be microchipped and sent to Gavin Newsom saying that you're good.
Hold on. Gavin just texted me.
Oh, he did. He just got this in. Anyways, so that helps alleviate a lot of people's issues there.
Yeah,
they are going to have COVID testing on site for $20.
Right, $30. No,
$20. $20 on site.
Okay,
with a 15-minute turnaround of results.
Okay,
it's $30 if you buy it in advance because they got to ship it to you.
That's correct.
Okay. So that's going on, and obviously people, you got to use your head, be safe, and that's how this thing's going to happen this year.
Well, for sure.
The other cool news that's new for this year is that VP Fuels is going to be on the lake bed selling to not only racers but anybody that's out on the lake bed. They're going to sell 94 octane, and Dave said it'll be somewhere around $4.50 a gallon, which sounds high, but that's pretty cheap for our area for fuel, especially 94, which we can't even get. 91's the highest octane we can get.
Your buggy digest 94?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna go down with just a couple gallons just to get it off the Jeep or the trailer. I should say. And then I'm gonna fill up with 94 octane.
Let the big dog eat.
Yeah. The 22nd on January 22nd is when. Did I say? Is it 22nd?
I don't know.
That's what I have in my notes. That seems early.
What is that?
That's when the gates open.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay. So the gates don't arrive before then. So because they're setting up Hammertown and all that stuff, and Dave's not going to kick you out, but he just doesn't want chaos going on. So that's coming up here quick. The 22nd. That's 2 weeks from today.
Well, I'm rolling in there. I'm rolling in there tomorrow morning.
Well, perfect. You should. And then the rundown. You've got the trophy trucks on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday night is the Class 11. Your Volkswagen Bugs racing under the lights. In the I'm assuming it's going to be in the inner,
the start finish area.
Yeah, that whole area in Hammertown. That's going to be freaking killer. Monday night is, of course, the shootout, and concurrent with the shootout is the rock coronation that Cody Wagner is going to lay out. And I think this is a great idea because as much as I love the shootout, somebody gets all wadded up upside down, and it takes 20 to 45 minutes to recover the vehicle on that hill. So when a rock bouncer goes upside down or whatever, then they're going to start this rock coronation. They're going to send a buggy up, forced steer. It's invite only.
Oh, shit.
Based on Cody's criteria, I should say. So you have to talk to Cody if you want in on this thing. And they're going to be, trying to crawl up beside this course.
Do we know if it's going to be the same?
No, we don't know. Nobody
year?
knows, but I think it's going to be. Next, right out of Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Summer?
Chocolate Summer. Hey, that could be a new drink.
New drink.
Something Tyler would probably try.
Probably
Summer.
Probably involves freaking Fireball of some sort. Yuck. Fireball and chocolate sauce.
Let's pull this back together. So
back on track. Lorenzo,
I gotta honestly say this is one of my highlights of King of the Hammers is going to the shootout. It's so much fun. There's so much horsepower and it's a freaking blast. And then to have the rock crawling event going concurrently when somebody goes upside down, takes a while to recover. I think that is freaking genius. So
brute force versus finesse, right?
Yeah, looking forward to that. Tuesday you got EMC Everyman Challenge qualifier and the motos is going on.
They're all day races.
Yep, that's all good stuff. Pit crew that night. Wednesday is the qualifying for 4400, so that's going to be fun. And then of course Power Hour at night.
Power Hour.
That's always good to go down to Hammertown and watch that. And then Thursday is the UTV. So that is going to be the actual UTV race.
That's on Thursday.
Out on course Thursday this year.
Isn't that Monday last year?
Friday is EMC. I don't know what it was last. No, it wasn't on Monday.
It was.
It was on Tuesday or something.
It was earlier.
The day before. I know EMC was on Wednesday, but now it's Friday. And we're talking about 2021 here, Chris. EMC, I'm helping. Help me help
Ultra
you.
4 Jones will be racing on Friday.
Is he?
Yeah.
And Justin. And Amber. And EVE.
And the EVE.
This is why Chris shouldn't drink before the podcast.
I'm stone sober. What are you talking about?
Stoned is part of it. Okay.
Jeez, Lorenzo's the one that's controlling the board and drunk as hell.
Saturday, 4400s.
The big dogs.
Yes, unlimited. Okay, so there's a lot more. You done down there? You good? Chris? No. Chris is out. This is Lorenzo, take over the freaking board, please.
Lorenzo's passed out. He's no good.
So if you cannot make it, you don't want to go. You don't want to be exposed to COVID. You don't want to get in the dust and the dirt and the cold weather and all the elements, I should say, down at KOH. I love that. $35 for Ultra 4 TV. Sign up for the year.
Oh, is that streaming, huh?
You get a free T-shirt if you're one of the first 1,000 to sign up. But $35 gets you the entire year of Ultra 4 Racing exclusive content. There is, of course, going to be the free. You can go on to ultra4racing.com and watch the free live feed. But supposedly they're going to have, really, really good coverage for this extra nut that you're going to spend for the Ultra 4 TV.
What's the better coverage? I heard in-car coverage.
That's what they're saying. In-car stuff, exclusive. It sounds cool. So, and we'll see. But that would be cool if you got Levi Shirley calling out, shit during the race.
Cameron Steele. That'd be kind of cool, too.
Yeah. Lauren.
I'm going to nerf this
Lauren
fucker.
Healy. Shannon Cabell cracking a beer while he's coming up. Back door, come on. It's good shit. Here, hold my beer. I got to get up back door. That's what that's going to sound like.
Are they going up?
They're going up.
They're going up back door.
They're going up back door.
It's going to be a shit show this year.
Yes, it is. 4,400s only. What other notes do I have here? Onyx Off-Road is the maps and vendors.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so it's going to have all the different maps of the area and then the vendor stuff. Well, that's fine, but I still like the Gaia. And I will throw this out there. If any of our listeners want the Gaia maps that CJ with a CJ helped us out with, Tyler helped us out with last year. We got a pretty good Gaia map going, and I would be willing to share that with our listeners. So hit me up, DM on Instagram, or Jason at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com, and I would be happy to share the link to those maps for you.
Sweet. You're very generous.
I am.
You're a giver.
I give till it hurts, Chris. Ford Bronco. Supposedly they're going to have the new Ford Bronco out there.
That's what I'm hearing. But the Ford Maverick too. I talked about that before.
And you're going to be able to check out and test drive the new Ford Bronco.
I heard ride-alongs.
Ride-alongs, whatever. That's pretty freaking cool. So Ford's a huge sponsor, signed on for 5 years with Ultra 4. Forest River RV. And I got to tell you, the Forest River, and we're not sponsored by them or anything, but I've gone to a lot of RV shows and stuff, and they have nice floor plans, and they're a well-built rig.
They do.
They are going to have a full-on RV show. You can buy a fucking Forest River camper and drive home in your new Forest River camper if you want. So
only if you have a Dodge.
To
tow it.
Yeah. Good luck getting up the grades, getting home with the Dodge with the Forest River.
Really?
I don't know.
Really?
Just saying, because this is a Ford event.
Dude, who pushed you up? Who pushed you up the hill the other day?
Really?
Really?
Where? And what?
That snow run the other day.
Pushed me up in the snow run? What are you? That was in your dreams.
Turkey shoot.
That was in your freaking dreams.
Really?
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So Forest River is going to be out there, and you can check out their campers and buy a camper. No concert this year because of COVID. They don't want to have this gathering.
Bullshit.
That sucks because that was a really cool deal last year with Sublime. But whatever.
It's just 1 year.
It's making it happen. And so the 4400s, you're going up back door, and they got the new King's Graveyard that's going to be on lap 3 coming down Fisher Mountain that apparently is super gnarly. And Dave Cole predicts that there'll only be 20 finishers in the 4400 class within time.
So have you been on that trail?
No, nobody. Well, I shouldn't say nobody's been on that trail because apparently Bailey Cole's been on that trail and some other people.
So it's new.
It's brand freaking new.
So you're going to try it?
Brand new trail. If I can find it, I would love to try it.
All right.
And I'm going to have you in tow with your Barbie Jeep.
Ain't going to happen.
Of course it's not going to happen. You're probably not even bringing your Jeep down.
Dude, seriously, it's a buggy trail with a race car.
It's not a buggy trail.
Dana 30 equipped freaking Jeep. My Jeep will be broken in 10 seconds.
You never know. You just got to send it, Chris. Just got to send it.
Yeah, like that video with the Toyota and the freaking 4Runner.
Send it.
Just send it.
Just got to send it.
Larry and Tyser, just make it happen.
So there's Dave, as he quoted on the video, a nut punch trail.
Nice.
So, and they are going to light that section up because they don't think, he honestly thinks that the first person in the 4400 class, first driver across the finish line is not going to finish before dark. Which
really, that's
because last year's course was, it's not easy, but I mean, they
were done by 3:30.
They made it look easy.
3:30. I think it was 3:30.
They rallied through the drivers and got in.
That was
early time because we were sitting in the media tent and I'm like, oh no, they got a couple more hours. And then 15 minutes later, here comes, freaking driver number 1.
Yeah.
Across the finish line. I'm like, holy shit. You got to be kidding me.
I think it was it was around 3:30, because they started at 8 or 8:30 or something like that. And I'm like, damn. So, or 9, whatever it was. I can't remember all the details, but wow. It'll be cool.
Blyler just fucking blazed it. So, anyways, they're going to go down Spooners, down Nightmare, down Chocolate Thunder.
Oh, that's nothing.
Nothing.
Well, in those cars, it's nothing. I mean, come on, really? But they're going up back door.
Yeah, so
which is no joke.
a lot of people are going to be winching there or give it one stab and winch, whatever. That'll be a good deal because they went down it last year and everybody rallies down it pretty good.
The 4800s are going down. Or are they not doing it?
I don't even know if they'll do it. I don't know what that 4800 course is going to consist of. So
cool.
What else? Lots
of, it's going to be an exciting KOH. It's going to be a lot of shit going on. Hammertown's going to be badass. What? You've covered all the race. You've covered the freaking course. You've covered, all the details about it.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be killer.
So,
needle and thread.
Yeah. And, you should listen to, episode 34 if you've never been to KOH because, we did a 10 KOH like a pro episode last year at this time.
That was our early days.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. So there's a ton of good info in that of what you should bring, be prepared for, all that stuff. And I wanted to point out some of the highlights from that episode.
Okay.
But you should go back and listen to that episode. And if you are, in a hurry, because we bullshitted for the first 44 minutes of that episode.
You can listen at 2x speed.
Well, you could, but if you just want to go straight to the good stuff, just go to 44 minutes mark of that episode 34, and they will. I should say we start talking about you and I. Start talking about KOH prep, and what to expect, and all that stuff. I threw the prep in there for Kevin.
Don't forget your goggles
right now.
Don't forget your goggles.
Yeah, really, and that's what I wanted to highlight here. There's a couple key things, and clear goggles are absolutely essential on the lake bed. Whether you are driving a car. Passenger, you're walking, anything. Clear goggles are your best friend when that windstorm kicks up out there, and it will get windy at some point.
Have clothing for cool and warm weather.
Be prepared for absolutely freezing, freaking ball-numbing cold to ball-sweating hot weather because it does go. You think the desert and people that have never been to the desert. You associate desert with heat, and that it could be super hot.
It can be. I've been out there in the shorts, but
yeah, there was one year I was wearing shorts like every day except for one day, which was just glorious in February. But
and then last year, the first 3 days, it was cold as
I was
cold
in
as
my
shit.
Carhartt onesie, freaking all bundled up, and my DeWalt heated jacket. So
I was like, "We're gonna die. We're gonna freeze." And Mike from Mike and Maxis, he literally froze to death.
Well, yeah, because he's anything under 80 degrees, they're fucking freezing in Arizona.
Well, he literally was wearing shorts with long johns.
There's a ton of stuff here we put. Of course, sunscreen stuff. Chapstick is huge.
Yep.
Having a backpack with all this stuff in it, snacks. Water, gloves, hat, snacks. Sunglasses. Your clear goggles. Just good stuff. A flashlight for night because you go out and you go watch the shit show at Chocolate Thunder or Backdoor.
Where'd I park my rig?
That and just getting around. I mean, there's a lot of rocks and stuff out in the desert. You don't have to worry about trees, but there's a lot of rocks. So
shrubs, little shrubs.
Layering, just layering because you could be out there in the middle of the day and it's hot and you got your shorts on and your t-shirt and everything's all great. And then that sun goes down and it gets cold.
Yes, it does.
In a hurry. I mean, that temperature could drop 40, 50 degrees like that. So, being prepared for that.
You could be sitting in the Peter heater, all happy as a camper, and then some guy sits right down in front of you. Blocks your heat.
Wow. So
just saying.
Okay. So, if you've never been there before, go back and listen to episode 44. I'm sorry, 34 at the 44-minute mark. We start talking about, and we give a lot of good stuff. You know, and giving you the lay of the land out there at KOH. So, definitely something to look at there if you are going and never been there.
Listen to 44 also. It's a good episode.
Well, 44 is a great episode.
I'm not sure what it's about, but I'll look it up.
And if you are going out there, you know, there's a ton of stuff going on. But you know, don't just drive into Lasertown. Cody doesn't appreciate that. So
no, you can't do that.
If you want to go to Lasertown, reach out, DM Cody and say, hey, I'd love to check out Lasertown. You know, would that be cool? And he, more than likely, he's going to give you the thumbs up, believe it or not. I mean, he's a super cool guy. And as long as you are forthcoming there and just say, hey, I'd like to come out and check out Lasertown, he'll let you in and you could check it out. But don't come uninvited. And don't be a dick. As they say, don't be a dick.
Just saying.
Yeah. So anyways, lot of cool stuff. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great event. I'm pleased as punch that Dave Cole and staff, Hammer King Productions, has made a miracle happen in this pandemic.
Yep.
It just goes to show when people get together and have some common sense, you know, that they can make this happen. So,
yep. As long as nobody's a dick. Be perfect. Just saying.
Oh boy.
Practice common sense and be good human beings.
There you go. That's Chris's recommendation for
and knowing what I know about Hammertown and King of the Hammers, there'll be a lot that will do that, but there'll be a few that won't. Mm-hmm. Just like always. Just saying.
I'm afraid to ask you if you have anything else. I really am. I think.
Let me look at my list. Hold on. Nope. So,
here we go.
Yeah. Episode 38. We didn't even talk about that.
Episode 38, Lasertown.
Episode 38, Lasertown. Yep. Definitely check that one out. It's a great episode. We sit and we talk with Cody Wagner for a couple hours. We just hung out in Lasertown. Yeah, a lot of good knowledge about that guy and what he's all about and what he tries to do. And that
was last year. Yeah, last year at KOH, we started off the trip
early in the week. And then what do? Oh, we towed Tim from
Tim Odell, Vice Unlimited. His killer freaking rig broke down, and we got to tow him back to camp. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. We've got a lot of stuff on tap for KOH 2021. So look forward to that. I am super excited about the content that's about to unveil from that event.
Drop.
And we're just trying to keep this thing going and improve. And despite Lorenzo's lack of effort at times, there's other times he kicks ass.
No.
Well, he does.
Currently,
he does kick ass.
Curled up in a ball in the corner.
But you know, we're trying. We're making an effort. I'll try to keep the bottle away from Chris on the next podcast.
Bullshit.
And we'll see. Here we go.
I'm the one bringing the bottles. So, thank you.
Thank you,
Dick.
Thank you.
As Jason said earlier in the podcast, if you want to get a hold of him, Jason at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com. You can reach me if for any reason, complaints, compliments, whatever. Chris at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com.
Please flood his email box with love letters of how you love Chris.
The best.
Speaking of letters,
Oh,
What were you going to say?
well, I was
Because
going to say.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
You did,
were-
but you want to talk about it.
Sherpa.
Reviews. Oh, the Sherpa. No,
Sherpa.
we don't. We can't. That can't.
Sherpa just sent us another email.
That's
and
not-
it was,
that's not
it
for
made me
public
laugh out
consumption.
loud.
No.
It takes me a couple days to craft my response. I'm halfway through my response.
There can't. There. Well, first of all, that's not. Those letters
Hilarious.
can't be consumed by the public. There's no way.
It's good. I should read. There was one line in there.
No.
There was one line that was
No.
hilarious. So I should read.
We have reviews though too. We forgot
Okay.
to-
Oh, you gonna do reviews? Can you read them?
Well, I'm a PRO professional.
Here we go. Oh,
Oh, wait a minute. I meant to
okay.
make this bigger.
Here's Sherpa's. Can I read a little bit?
Very little bit because his stuff's pretty. Yeah.
Okay, I just got to read the PS at the bottom because he basically he sends it to Snail Trail and
Yeah.
us, right?
Right.
Okay, so Jimmy, Tyler, Chris, and I, and he calls each one of us out individually with different things, and I'll spare everybody with that. It's
I'd be curious to know what bourbon he's drinking when he's writing.
I don't
shit.
think he's drinking bourbon. He's probably this is all White Claw fucking writing.
Oh
right
fuck,
here, I'm
White
telling
Claw,
you.
really? White
Yeah,
Claw?
This is totally White Claw. This is Florida White Claw writing.
Oh Jesus!
Just saying.
Wow.
So,
Could be
so I
straight.
love the PS at the very bottom. Okay, after ripping everybody a new one, he goes, "PS, just gave this email once over. Christ, I'm an asshole. Oh well, no edits. Send."
fucking Sherpa.
Yeah, that's great.
Woo!
I love it. So keep it up, Sherpa.
You're the
And,
best.
I'm working on my response to you. So you should have it by the time you hear this podcast.
Or
but,
my response will probably take a week or a
after
month or two.
he almost cracked open a
I know,
freaking
right?
very
And he
expensive
called.
bottle of
He
bourbon.
responded to that.
He did.
So.
He did, and then he felt bad. That's
So
good.
before we wrap this beastie up, let's.
What'd you say, Beastie?
Beastie?
What the fuck is a? That's like your best friend, Beastie.
Oh, really?
What's a? Dude, seriously, you're scaring me right now. I'm glad we're like 8 feet apart. What's this? Wrap this Beastie up.
This episode up.
Yeah, wrap this episode up. But what the fuck's a Beastie?
Episode beastie. Come on, really? You're killing me, dude.
Please, again. Jason's looking for a new co-host.
Wow.
Jason at Wheelie Wine and Whiskey.
Wow.
Holy hell.
Well-
I'm dumbfounded right now about I'm at a loss for words.
No, you're not.
Even
you're never at a loss for
Even
words.
Lorenzo's giving
You're
you
like
the
Tyler. You just
cut it
talk
offline.
and talk and talk and talk and talk.
I do. I like to hear myself talk. But,
I'm telling
but this
you.
is I just
Lorenzo.
No, he's not even looking at you anymore. You don't even exist in his world anymore.
He has no control.
He's
over
coming
us.
over here. Look, I'm going to give him a little pet. Look, he's scared. You scared him.
Well, I
It's like,
should.
What is Chris saying?
I've got a 40
His Beastie. Beastie?
beastie.
I'm lost right now.
40
I'm
cal.
total fucking lost.
I have a 40 caliber.
If you didn't bring over this good bourbon,
Anyway, back to business. So we have a couple of new reviews.
business.
Business. Man. Okay.
How
so
long is this podcast? 20?
we're good. We're an hour and 30.
Oh, we're doing good. Okay. I thought we were at an hour 20. reset my clock. Okay, go ahead. Here we go.
Meledemelio.
Whoa. Can I buy a Vial? What's can we?
Meledemelio.
I feel like I should be reading these at this.
No, it's a 5-star review.
Okay.
This
Jesus Christ.
is a great podcast. So funny, and the banter between Chris and Jason is awesome. Even if you don't off road, it's worth the listen. Bang. Perfect.
Did you add the bang?
I did. And so that's
She
cool.
bangs. She bangs.
That's a 5-star from Meledemelio.
Well,
Meledemelio.
we need to. Can you?
All right. So future notice for all you people posting reviews, you need to make them easier to read. Just saying.
That is a tough one. I will give you that.
Okay. Next one. Do you want to read the next one?
I kind of do.
All right. Go for it.
Okay, the next one I have is from SC Surfer. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Is that the one you got? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Jason and Chris are hilarious. They keep me laughing! Exclamation point.
Boom.
I love wine, and I'm learning so much about four-wheeling and whiskey. Look forward to hearing the new episode soon.
Sweet.
Hey, thank you, SC Surfer.
5-star.
Hilarious. Well, I would be curious if they would still give us 5 stars after hearing this podcast.
This will be it. This is going to be epic.
Okay. You got another one over there, or is that it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah.
That's it.
We got 112.
Keep them coming.
5-star rating. No, seriously, this is super freaking cool. I mean, did we think we'd ever have 100 5-star reviews?
I didn't think we'd have people giving us money.
We got a 1-star way down here. I'd like to know who that. That's totally got to be. I know who that is. That's totally that? Max.
Oh, Max.
That's Max.
A 1-star for real?
Yeah.
Did he write anything?
I think so. No. You give a 1-star review, they don't write anything.
I'm scrolling. I don't see anyone.
We got a 4-star.
That's bullshit.
But whatever. It's super cool. I love it, and that does help with the monkeys throw the darts at the board at the podcast rating system. Somehow I'm still baffled by how this system works.
Well, at one point in the last month, we were in the top 60 in the United States.
We've been in the top 60, and then it goes down, and then magically we come back up, and then we'll go down to 200 and then back up. But we were like number 4 in fucking Australia or Canada or something, or Brazil.
But we could have been number 1 in Estonia or
Bulgaria.
But Wheeling, the other podcast got us on that.
Oh, really? Damn.
Snail Trail. I think they were Estonia or Bulgaria. They were number 1.
That's super. You know what? And it's really cool. Those of you that are listening to us outside of the United States, worldwide here.
Yeah.
And that just blows my freaking mind. Our friends down in Australia, down under.
The Vegemite people.
Hey. Thank you, and it's cool to interact, and we've had a ton of fun with this. We're coming up on our 100th episode here pretty soon, which
getting closer every day.
I've got some ideas, but it's super cool, super fun to interact with everybody in the off-road community. And looking forward, if you guys are going to KOH, please DM me on the Instagram page, Wheeling Wine and Whiskey.
We'll give you the coordinates.
Yeah, we'll let you know where we're camped, and I'm pretty sure Lorenzo's going to be running the bar there. So that means there's going to be some heavy pours. So
he doesn't do anything but.
Yeah, so we would love to interact
like an
and
ass,
meet, and we've got some swag. We've got what should we say, Chris?
Say
what we got?
Ooh,
say what one more time?
Well, I said anything but he's an ass.
Yes.
So
we're
talking about the new swag.
We're gonna have our stickers.
Yes.
We're gonna have neck gaiters. Gray and a navy blue with the Wheeling Wine and Whiskey logos.
Hell yeah.
Because, we're trying to be COVID safe, and the dust.
The dust is prevalent.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure COVID can't live in the desert down there. It's very volatile. And then
unless you're a back door.
We're supposedly Dirtbag Johnny has hooked us up with a ridiculously cool, new and improved beer koozie, koozie that will hold your favorite canned beverage
or two.
Yes, it's supposed to be super strong magnets that is going to take the Incredible Hulk to pull it off of a magnetic surface, a metal surface. We'll see it, but so we've got those that will be, if you're nice, we might just give you one on the floor there,
maybe
of Johnson Valley, out on trails, out in Hammertown. Look us up. I'll be carrying a backpack, wearing my Wheeling Wine and Whiskey hat, possibly a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, depending on the weather.
Yeah.
Might be representing Ultra Fort Jones swag. I don't know. Whatever's happening there. Old Elk swag. I don't know. We'll just have to see what we got.
Time will tell.
But yeah, absolutely.
2 weeks from today.
No, 3 weeks from today. 3 weeks from today. I apologize for my co-host. That's just
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today, he's going to be on the lake bed. 3 weeks from today, I will be on the lake bed, which is going to be, we're recording this on Friday. It's going to release on Tuesday, so it's going to be less than 3 weeks when
2.5 weeks.
It's not even 2.5, but whatever. So again, looking for a new co-host, Jason at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com.
You're killing me.
Must
or Chris at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com.
Must be.
You can catch us on the Instagram at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey.
There you go. So with that, I don't have anything else. I think Chris is ready for bed.
What?
Lorenzo is giving us. He tried to cut this thing off. He just
gave us the middle hoof.
If he had an opposable thumb, I'm pretty sure he would have shut this podcast off a while ago. So,
he's got a middle hoof.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's been giving that to you, so he's got that. So
the hell with him.
With that,
we're out.